Here we go. So we're starting with a towel. Change my screen. So you need, hopefully, you've got a towel that's my son's bath towel. You can either stand or you can kneel. It's up to you. And you're just starting, coming forward and back. Now, it might feel a bit clunky. That's okay. And you just inhale and exhale. You might find your range of movement is just to here. It might be you can go all the way back and down. So you inhale and exhale. Just feeling that mobility of your shoulders. And then we're going to alternate this with a side stretch, coming to the side and up, coming to the side and up. So it's just really gentle. So if you alternate with 4 side stretches and 4 shoulder openers, coming back and forth. That's it. And if you look at yourself in a screen or in a middle or in a mirror, it's quite good to just check that you're stable. So when I'm doing this, quite often one arm is lower than the other. You want to have both hands the same height. Obviously, when you go side stretch, you want to go the same depth on each side. So we're just moving our body. If it causes a tweak, you can put it on your hand on your hip. If it causes a tweak, and it just gives you a little bit of mobility. So just see if you go a little bit further now with those stretches. If you've got a longer towel, go wider. And then you'll be able to see that you can go a little bit more with those stretches. And then we're going to develop it up to standing. And this is called a scoop. Just going to do it sideways. So I scoop down, so I've got a forward fold. I push away, and then I come up and I have a slight up bend. And my arms are coming back again. So I'm scooping down, pushing forward with the band, this towel or the band. That's it. Let me push this back a little bit. I don't know why I've got the weights there. So you're scooping down and back and down. So you'll scoop. So I'm pushing away. That's it. And then we alternate this with around the world. So around the world, you come to the side, and I keep the tension on my towel all the time. And I'd go 4 one way, 4 the other way. So my hand comes towards my foot, comes to the front. So my towel is keeping the tension. And as I come around, I can feel the stretch in my QLs, in my back. So we're all going to feel this slightly differently to each other. And when you're doing this, inhale and exhale. So you go 4 one way. If this is a bit tweaky and it feels a little bit too much doing 4 on one side, then just do 2 on one side and 2 on the other. And then you'll take it back to your scoops. So you take it back to your scoops or coming down. Push forward, just a slight back bend. I don't want to go too far back, so don't put pressure on my back. But I'm just activating those muscles slightly, bringing it down, up, and back. That's it. Down, up, and back. And then when you're ready, you take it back to your around the world. So we've got full mobility of our body. This time you might just want to do 2 around the world one way, 2 the other way. Just alternating between around the world and the scoops. That's it. Nice, and then take it back to your shoulders. Just inhaling and exhaling. So this is really good for the mobility of your shoulders. A lot of us are stuck in one position. And when you're doing this now, push your back out, so as if you've got a cat-cow. So I'm pushing my back out there, pushing my chest out, pushing my back, so my tailbone's under, tailbone's out, tailbone's under. And then back to your sides. So to your side, you might feel you go a little bit further now with that side stretch. Don't overstretch. You want to feel it under tension. If I went all the way down here, I'm overstretching. So this is far enough for me. So any of you that are hypermobile, just keep control of that stretch at all times. That's it. Okay, so we're going to come down and we're going to bring the towel behind. We're going to bring it down, back behind our legs, and you're just going to hang into forward fold. With the towel, it means I can pull the towel and I can pull myself down and release, down and release. So try and keep that flat back. So pull down and then you can come up and release. So halfway. So a bit like in yoga, like halfway hold, coming down. So through doing this, I'm lengthening up the backs of my legs. My tailbone's trying to push up towards the ceiling. And I'm coming down and up. Nice. And from here, we're going to put this in with a shoulder stretch. So my hands come onto the towel and I come up and over. So your hands need, your fingers want to be facing down when you're holding the towel. And I'm coming up and over. It's a really, really good shoulder stretch. And then from here, you can take it to the side, back to the middle, let it hang to the side. And we're just going to alternate that with our forward fold. So we've got a forward fold, and then come up for your shoulder stretch. We won't stay too long down here because the blood will be rushing to your head. That's it. And then slowly coming up. So round your back off, vertebrae by vertebrae, and bring your shoulders up and just have some shoulder rotations. So we're going to hang the towel off our head as if it's a big ponytail. I'd love to have a big long ponytail like that. I don't think I could ever grow my hair that long enough anymore. And I'm going to lock my hand on my lower back. And then I'm going to pull down so it's stretching my tricep. So my ponytail is going right down, my hand coming to my lower back, and I'm gently squeezing down. You can't pull enough to pull it out of the socket. And you can push with your head against, or if you prefer, you can always take your hand over. You can always alternate by pulling, and then squeeze round to the other side. So you've got your ponytail, got your hand, and you're squeezing down. Feeling that tricep at the back of your arm stretching out. That's it, and change arms again. Got two on each side. Then we're going to do one more forward fold and shoulders. So coming back down to a forward fold, your fingers facing down on your towel, come down into a forward fold, stretch the backs of your legs, take your arms up and over to the side, to the side, to the middle, take it back into your forward fold. So really trying to extend the backs of your legs, and then we're opening your shoulders. Coming back and forth. Just another few seconds here to ease it out. That's it. So you're going to come down onto your knees. So you don't need to raise your head from this. You're going to come down onto your knees and just curve your back up and down for a cat-cow. Just ease your back off. And from here, you might need to hold on to something as well. I'm going to put one leg forward. If you've got a cushion, pop it underneath your knee, just to give you a little bit more comfort on that knee here. And your towel, you're going to come up and over. So you're going to squeeze forward, and you're going to come up and over. As you squeeze out, you'll feel that in your hip flexor, which gets super tight. And then you can start to increase, to come all the way down and all the way back. And then you can increase to bring that front foot up, You can loop the towel underneath that front foot, and then you can take it back up and over so you've got a hip flexor and a shoulder stretch. So take your time so you can pop that front foot up, down, so I'm keeping a nice flat back as I get a stretch of my hamstring, and then back and over. That's it. Another couple of times, just explore that stretch. Coming down and up and over. Now those that want to do this one, you can put the opposite hand down and you can stretch right over. So this one, your opposite hand to the foot comes on the floor and then you stretch up and over. And you can sink into it. That's it. And then we'll try the other side. Don't overstretch. It wants to feel comfortable. So you're coming back. And then just gently, probably you don't want the full range of movement straight away. And then you're starting to go into that hamstring. Coming up, over. And pulling back on that foot. Nice flat back so your chest is risen. That's it. Coming back and over. Those that want to put this one in straight away can. This one here with a stretch. It's really nice for your back. But some of you, it might just feel a little bit tweaky on your back. You don't want it to do that. That's it. Okay, so pop the towel to one side and you're going to bring that foot over again and you're just going to push that leg out. So I've got one leg forward, cushion underneath the knee, and I'm pushing my knee away from my body. And you're going to combine this one with the rotation. You put your hand on your foot and then you just rotate. So this is a nice hip opener. So you're pushing out and away with your hip. Put your hand on your foot and you can rotate one way and rotate the other way. And just switch from leg to leg as you want to. So I'm pushing my leg away. One side might be tighter than the other. And then you're doing rotation with your knee. Set. Nice. And in this position, swap knees again. You're going to come up and you're going to bring your elbow towards the floor, and then you're going to go the other side as well and bring your elbow towards the floor. So you're coming up. My elbow goes down on one side, not on the other side. That's it. And again, don't want to overstretch and change legs over. So you're coming up and down, and you're alternating your sides. So getting as much movement and mobility in our body as we can. Nice. Come back into centre, onto all fours. Have a few breaths here, cat-cow on your back. Just releasing, and we're just keeping everything nice and balanced on both sides of your body. Really squeeze up, sink down. Squeeze up, sink down. Take your hips side to side as well. Little circles in your tailbone. And then your towel can have a rest. Okay, so we're going to come onto the back for some core. I'm going to put some more lights on actually. You can use the towel and have it up here to start with, and you can gain tension on your towel by pulling your shoulders back and down, or you can bring weights in. Just going to put some more lights on. It's a bit dark. Fairy lights make all the difference. So you're going to start with a line on your back. You're going to pull your tummy in. You're going to bring one leg up to 90 degrees, other leg up to 90 degrees. You can hold your towel above your head, and you can pull it apart, so to create tension. Pulling your tummy in, lift your tailbone slightly off the floor, and you're just going to hold it here. Taking a deep breath in and slowly out. Deep breath in, hold that breath, and as you exhale, you're going to slowly tap that foot down and then slowly bring it back to tabletop. Slowly down. So when we do our hip sessions, it's usually much quicker, but actually it's really hard when you go slow. So breathe in and breathe out. That's it, well done. Keeping the tension on that towel. If you've got the towel above your head, you can also take it further back. So I'm pulling against that towel or that band, and I'm tapping as I bring up, go even slower. That's it, as I bring up, I'm using my stomach. So as if I've got a corset, and I'm pulling that corset in, it's being tightened. So pull into activating all those muscles, and then we're gently going to put our legs on the floor and bring ourselves up into a glute bridge. So in a glute bridge, my shoulders, my hips and my knees are all coming in line with each other. And I'm just going to squeeze up my glutes and hold it there for 4, 3, 2, 1. Then I'm going to pulse my legs out for 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, I'm going to hold and then squeeze up those glutes. Drive your hips up even further. 3, 2, 1. Then I pulse my legs out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring it down. Bring your knees into a tuck just to ease off those glutes. And we're going to bring it back into tabletop. And this time, you're going to lengthen if you feel comfortable in doing so. And as you lengthen, your towel can come up and across to that foot. If you're happy just with toe tap, you just stay with your toe tap. So have a look lengthening slowly to start with. And then your towel can bring in. So you're peeling your head and your shoulders off the floor. I'm still creating that tension with that towel. And I'm twisting round. So I've got rotation for my core. That's it. It's fine if you're here. You can even keep your head on the floor and just rotate your hands around if it is hurting your neck at all. So you're really trying to strengthen that core. That's it. Another 4 more. Then go back to our glute bridge. Really slow. Challenge that core. Well done. 2 feet on the floor. You're going to peel up and hold in your glute bridge, and then you're going to peel down. Then you're going to peel up, hold in your glute bridge, and peel down. So keep going with that. So we've got the mobilization of our spine. We're coming up and we're squeezing. If you do have bands and you want to pop the bands on, feel free, because we'll stay here a little bit longer this time. So if you have got bands, you can put them just above your knees. It used to be the loop bands. But actually holding the towel and pulling against the towel brings you in some tension. So, okay, so you're going to come up to your glute bridge and you're going to hold, and you're going to alternate for 4 passes out with your legs, and then 4 passes up with your hips. So you're really trying to get your glutes working. So you're passing out. You'll really feel this. You've got your balance. I can really feel this in my glutes because I'm really driving my hips up. So 4 passes out with your legs, and then I'm squeezing up with my glutes. So, and then back to bringing it down, and then bring it up, and you're going to see if you can bring one leg up to tabletop and hold. So I'm driving into this standing glute, and then you swap, and you come to the other side, and you hold. If it's too much, you just put your toe on the floor. So if it's too much, you just put the toe, or you come up into your 90-degree hold. And you're doing a glute march. Just one more on each side, drive those hips up. And then peel it down and just give yourself a little tap, squeeze down. Okay, your towel can go to the side. We're going to come onto our side, and if you've got a cushion, you can put it underneath your elbow if you'd like to, and you're just going to come up on your knees, and you're going to bring your hips down, and then your hips up. Hips down, and then hips up. You can use this hand here to support you if your shoulder is sore. So this is really good for strengthening your shoulder rotator cuff here. Those that want to start to lengthen, you lengthen out, you open one leg, or you come up to full, and you're still going for tapping down and squeezing up. Tapping down and squeezing up. You can also have one leg bent. And then we're going to develop it into rotation. So you come up, follow your fingers, and you come down and up. You can here have a can or a weight to pick up, and you'll feel it more in your core. That's it. And then we'll go to the other side. If this is really hurting anyone's shoulder, just go into a plank for this set and come in and out of the plank, and you can do a dynamic plank coming to the side. So you start here. So if you're in a plank position, you can always hip twist, coming down and up. Lengthen if you want to by extending. That's it. So coming down, tap those hips. So it's just a gentle tap, and then you're coming right up. Use your hand here if you need to. If it's too much, come up once and down, and then rest. You don't even need to go all the way. And then back to your rotation. Hold that can or weight if you want to. So you've got the twist of the stomach, coming down and up. That's it, another few more. Keeping your breath, so really focusing on this core. There. 3, 2, 1. Nice. We're going to come down back on our back. You can hold your towel again if you want to and create tension. So this time you're going to be doing flutter kicks. If this is your starting position here, and as you start to feel a little bit stronger, you're going to go 4 flutter kicks for 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 scissor kicks. So scissor kicks are going side to side. You can have your feet up here, and you can bend your knees slightly. So the flutter is if you're doing a front crawl in the pool, and then the scissors is out to the side. So start with 4 of each, and then you might think, actually, I want to ramp it up a little bit. Do 6 of each, and then 8 of each. So for this one here, you're driving your back into the floor, your tailbone is slightly off the floor. You can increase the tension holding onto your towel, so really pull away, pull it up over your head. If you want to, you can bring your head and shoulders up off the floor, and you can bring your flutter lower. And then you can come into your scissors. So but listen to your body, rest off when you need to, and then you just come back into it again. So you've got that strong flutter, and then you've got your strong scissors side to side. Give yourself a rest when your stomach starts to give up. And we'll just do one more set for about 15 seconds. So drive your lower back in, so flutter, and your scissors. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back into tabletop, towel up above your head, back to your toe taps. Really focusing on that stomach. Nice and slow and steady. Those that want to extend, you'll go to extend. And those that are happy to, you're going to bring in that twist again. So I'm coming up and over. You can bring your head and your shoulders off, or you can keep them on the floor. Really challenge that core. Nice and slow and steady. That's it, just about another 20 seconds. Inhaling and exhaling. Squeezing that core, and then we'll go back into our glute bridges. So if you want your bands on, pop your bands on now. So, okay, we'll place the feet on the floor. We're going to peel up and squeeze, and then peel down. So go 4, peeling up to squeeze. You've got the mobility of our spine. Pull against that towel. And you have to really squeeze as you come up to the top. And then after you've done 4, you'll do 4 squeezes out with your knees, and then 4 passes up. And we'll keep staying up there, just really squeezing those glutes. So you're pushing those knees out, and then you're coming up. If this causes any unwanted tension in your back, then you ease down. And you would do 1 set, calm down, 1 set, come down. Just listen to your body and see how it feels. Okay, last few seconds of your glute bridges. And then finishing off with your glute march. You'll bring it up into a tabletop. And then walk it down, up to a tabletop. And walking it down. We're just going to do 4 more of them. If this feels too much, take your hips down. Just have them hovering off the floor. So ease it down and rock it out. Okay, so you're going to come onto your hands and knees. So this one, you're on your hands and knees, and then you're going to come up. So my knees are hovering off the floor. And I'm going to tick-tock my knees. So my knees are going to come this way, centre, this way, centre. If that's too much, you do 1 lot, rest off. So you're here into a bear plank. Your back is neutral, it's not rounded. My knees coming up towards the screen, down to the floor. Away from the screen, down to the floor. It's quite hard, this one. Up and down, up and down. And rest off. And then have another go. So you're here in your bear plank. It might be some of you just want to practice for the bear plank. Up, trying to keep your hips low. You go for 4 tick-tocks. Out a go. And then bring it down. So let's do 1 more set. Then we're going to lie down. So up. And then up. So you can feel it in your core. There we go. And down. Okay, so we're going to lie down on your stomach. You're going to have both thumbs up, head down towards the floor, and you're just going to squeeze up and then down. You're going to inhale as you exhale, head on the floor, squeeze up and down. And then if you're happy to, bring your legs also come up and hold and down. So 3 more of them. So you're coming up, in your hold, squeeze, and slowly down. So you've got tension as you extend, and tension as you come down. You're coming up, and down. So to move this on, you're going to flutter your legs like you did with your stomachs. If you want to, put your head on the floor and your hands on the floor. And you're going to flutter, and then you're going to relax. You can bring your hands up. If you want to flutter with your hands as well, you can. And then relax. And then your hands are going to, ooh, my weights are in the way. They're going to come all the way down, and I'm going to have my thumbs up, and then they're going to reach out ahead of me. all the way down, thumbs up, and reach down ahead. So my head is facing down towards the mat, and I'm squeezing up and back. My shoulder blades are coming together and down. And then this time I'm going to take it to a T shape, and I'm going to flutter my arms here. So my thumbs are up. I'm going to squeeze my shoulder blades together, and then I'm going to bring them to the front and flutter to them to the front, to the middle, and flutter and back. So you're going to go through the full range of movement in your time. So we've got a wing basically coming back, as if we're diving, to the middle, soaring, and then to the front. That's diving, I suppose, as well. And then rest off when you want to. It's really about strengthening your back, middle. If you've got cans, this would be really quite tricky. And then bring them to the front, and you're just going to prone pull. Reach forward and squeeze down. You can lift your feet up off the floor if you want to. Down, up, and prone pull. Just 2 more of them. Your backs might just need to have a rest already. If you do, just make sure you're not pushing it too hard. Coming up and easing off that back. Squeezing up and down. Well done. Okay, we're going to come into a plank. So this is for our backs and our stomachs. You're either going to be on your knees or full, and you're going to rock forward, come to the center. Rock back, your hips might come up a little bit. So rock forward, come to the center, come back. You can do this on your knees. Rock forward, center, and back. And then just hold it in your plank. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to sitting. Just for some rotation. You're going to tap to the side, tap to the side. Those that feel more comfortable, go with one leg or 2 legs, or those that are quite happy, you're going to hold your boat, and then you're going to come and twist, hold your boat, twist, hold your boat, or you have your heels on the floor. Twist, hold, twist, hold. Push your chest up. Those that are quite happy, hold here. Together. And hold. That's it. Just another few more of these. 3, 2, 1. Lower yourself back down. Bring your feet up. Bring your hands up. Can't not do a dead bug. So lengthen your legs. Lengthen your hands as much as you can. If you need to shorten the lever, you shorten the lever. Opposite hand, and we're going to go super slow coming down, and super slow coming up. You can lengthen if you've got a really long leg and long arm. Close your eyes, and you really want to feel your core working. If this feels too much, or your back is arching, please make sure you go into a tabletop and you tap. That's it. Inhaling and exhaling. That's it. Try and lengthen. Now change over. So you go the same leg, same arm. So instead of opposites, it's the same leg, same arm. If you were same leg, same arm before, then go opposites. And again, you really work that core. My back is on the floor. My stomach is working. I'm extending. And I've got tension as I go down, tension as I pull up. Just 4 more. Exhale and inhale. Let your breath go with the rhythm of the movement. Squeeze. And then bring it into a tuck and just rock that back out. Rock side to side. Lengthen one leg out and bring your leg into the side of your body. So it's coming underneath your armpits. And then swap legs. So you can feel the stretch of the inside of your leg. You might find it feel at the top of your leg as well. Lengthen out, come onto your front. Just stretch out your stomach, pushing your elbows into the floor, looking straight ahead. Drive those hips into the floor and feel that stretch there. Take a deep breath in. Those who want to extend more, you could, if you want to, by coming up. You're going to lie down and you're going to stretch out your quads. So pop your head down on the floor. And that quad, pull your leg up towards you. Drive your hip into the floor for 4, 3, 2, 1, and change over. Drive your hip into the floor. So we're lengthening the fronts of your legs. We'll do the same again on each leg. So switch over again. And switch over. And then we'll come up into our all fours and come into child's pose. So you've got your knees out and your chest is coming right down to the floor. You're going to sink. Chest to floor, take a deep breath in. And out. And we're going to develop this. And one hand is going to come through. And your shoulder comes to the floor. And you can change that around. So reach. And then twist. If you follow that hand with your eyes, and then you can sink, and you can always put in more of a twist. So as I come over, my supporting hand here can come up and over. But really just listen to your body. Again, we don't want to overstretch. We want it to feel nice, but not overstretch. And just take it back down to child's pose. Pop your head on the floor and feel the stretch inside your legs. 4, 3, 2, 1. Walking it up, taking it into a pigeon. So in your front support. So it's the opposite legs. Bringing that foot up if you can. So it's towards your opposite heel. Roll up and over it. So on top of that heel. And then you sink. You inhale, as you exhale, you try and increase that stretch. Wiggle your hips around into it if you need to. So controlling that stretch. Inhaling and exhaling. You might find it a bit deeper if you come up to sitting as well. And changing it around. So swap to your other leg. So again, you can walk that back leg back to try and help to get into the depth of the stretch. So you can be sitting on your elbows, or you can be lying. Just inhaling and exhaling for that stretch. Then, nice, good stretch. Then coming up and sitting in a straddle. Now I need a towel back. So have your towel, put your towel around one leg and let yourself come down. So you can reach up and come up and over to keep that chest high. Inhale and exhale. And then come to the center. You can push forward. You can always, if you can, reach your feet or just have your towel and push forward. And then you go to the other side. So try and have an inhale and an exhale on the legs. And just go the time that you want to, coming center as well. And then have a go, putting your legs together, popping your towel around. Right, for this one, you need to really bring your chest up, as if you're a stapler. So you're not folding into it, you're keeping nice and up. So you can reach up and over if you want to, or use your towel just to come up and over, as if you're that stapler doing a 45-degree angle. I can't go much better than this. Some of you might go right down. That's it. And then on one leg, the hamstring stretch, so the other leg comes away, either there or here, or just have it in front of you. And you focus on that stretch on one leg. Try and have a couple of inhale and exhales. As you exhale, try and increase that stretch. On each side. Okay, so I'm going to give you a really nice thoracic opener using a wall. If you haven't got a wall handy, then don't worry, I might need to move my screen a little bit. So it's quite good to have a book or something for this one. I'm going to use a foam roller. So you go against the wall, use a cushion. You need it to be further enough away. So my outside leg comes up against the wall. I pull the bow, and then I flatten myself against the wall. So it's really nice. You might need to put cushion underneath your knee. A little bit wobbly, that knee. And by having a book or something between your knee and the wall, it just means, oh, as you come down and up, you've got more stabilising for that knee. Because if my foam roller goes away, actually gets a bit easier. Just helps to get that positioning. So it's as if you're pulling a bow and you're coming around, really lovely for your back. And then you try on the other side as well. If you've got people at home who are spending a lot of time in front of the computer, this is a really good one for them. One side might be better than the other. So the side that I just did was pretty tight, and this side feels all right. So you're pulling, and you're trying to open out as much as you can. You can also change it. So you're doing a rainbow, coming up and over like a windscreen wiper. You can always bring that hand around as well. So just go with the movement to see how it feels for you. And then just to finish off, we'll come back to our towels and we'll come back, coming down and up. So just getting back to the movement that we started. So do a forward and a back, our side. We'll do a scoop and we'll do it around the world. Now, if your back is feeling it's moved quite a lot, don't do around the world. So your scoops. So if your back is feeling a bit tweaky, don't go back. And if your back is feeling tweaky, don't do around the world. Because it might just have enough movement. And I'd probably go singles for around the world this time. So you go one side and the other side. So if you go in fours, 4 forward and back, 4 side to side, 4 scoops, 4 around the world, switching sides each time. And it just gets your body moving again, squeezing around. That's it. And scooping down, you can soften your knees when you come for your scoop to try and get more of a stretch in there. And squeezing back. That's it. Getting tension on that towel. And then finishing off with your around the world. That's it. Nice. Just let your towel come to the ground. And you're just going to breathe in. You're going to bring your shoulders up and back. Shoulders up, take a deep breath in and push your shoulders back. Shoulders up, and back. Let your shoulders just relax down. Let your head come to the side. Let it roll to the front and to the side. Close your eyes. Just take some nice cleansing breaths in and out. Let your head come down, come into forward fold. And you're going to slowly breathe in, as if you're breathing in from the floor, breathing in the energy. Let your back round off, and you're going to come up, and you're going to reach up to the sky, and then slowly again come down, fall down, chest leading, come down. One more of them. So you've got a really long inhale coming up, reaching up to top of the sky. Bring it down, bring your shoulders up and back. Tummy in. Whew. Well done.